Hunter saves it. Hunter Hughes is coming around. Here comes Colton Garner. It's Hunter Hughes!
Turn 4 for the final time. Who's got more ponies? Checkered flag out. Bluegrass 150 goes to Ian Miller.
And welcome back to the Daily Driven Podcast, guys. As always, I'm your host, Nick Zammit.
Good, get the name out there. It's like, hey, Joseph Newgarden, you're the guy with the sperm commercial. Yeah.
Getting ready to go racing here one more time in the Indy Racing World Series 2026 season. And we are ready for 125 laps around Michigan. Jackson Lambros with you here in the broadcast booth. Gladly joined now alongside Connor Hughes. Connor, we've got a marathon that kind of needs to be treated like a sprint, and crucially, championship set to be handed out at the end of it.
Absolutely. I mean, when my driver's fighting for this championship, I'm gonna be here, of course.
Happy to have you with us, as well as everybody tuning in at home, being broadcasted here on Stadium Scene TV. Here's your starting grid for the final race of the season. John Miles on pole will be alongside Hunter Hughes. Then it's DJ Fluck, Eric Richardson, Ian Miller, and Jacob Barker on row 3. Colton Gardner and David Kruger round out row number 4. Leslie Fuge, Michael Deitch round out your top 10. Michael Deitch with a issue during qualifying, had to hit the reset button. Eric Mattingly, Derek Booker, and Bill Mulfield round out your field of 13. Keys to the race here, I think, crucially, Connor, we look at how important at these kind of wide open tracks, it's just really staying in the picture and making sure you're within drafting range, because the minute you're out of that peloton, it's ball game over.
I mean, it's the same way with stock cars too. I mean, here, other mile and a half tracks that are very draft dependent, like mile and a half, 2 mile tracks like Auto Club, those tracks are draft dependent in the stock cars too, and it's, you know, you just gotta stay there and wait for your time. Oh, well, there's already been an incident.
Oh my goodness, Colton Gardner, and is that Jacob Barker?
Jacob,
yep. Oh my goodness.
That is indeed Jacob Barker.
The two guys that came in as contenders into this weekend, Jacob Barker, I think, was a front runner in the points. That is huge potential implications for this championship fight. Immediately sends it back to the pit lane. John Miles still on pole. Go for 125 laps here. Should be about, depending on how we stretch it, I think this should be very similar to Indy, and that will have a 2-stop window here for you, and could make strategy interesting, especially in how difficult it can be. Ultimately, that could be a very big shakeup if we stay in and green. iRacing pace car peeling off. We're ready to go racing one more time and hand out a championship. Miles on the inside, Hunter Hughes on the outside for the last time in Season 7. We are green. It's a great getaway for John Miles, as Hunter Hughes immediately hangs it to the high line. Really poor reflex from row number 2. Eric Richardson on the inside. The 2FR Racing boys trying to blockade this wave of cars a little bit further back, but crucially, Connor, John Miles up and away.
I mean, John's a great driver. I've raced with him in the stock cars. He's really good. I'm not surprised he's doing good in these cars too.
Michael Deitch trying to make some moves early on. Back there, running the livery that below should be running this weekend. DHL 3 wide further back. David Kruger on the high line.
Almost into 4.
Back. Yet Deitch off like a rocket, though. He's already taken 4 cars at this point Now locks it in behind Eric Mattingly. They are all just skittering further back, trying to get down to the low line, trying to get in conversation. Hop up high from Deitch, trying to find some momentum to kind of Hunter Hughes won't get there. Now further back, Derek Booker, or Christensen, off that timeline as well. Again, so hard to really mention it at this point in the race, but we gotta treat it like a marathon. You can't immediately be throwing haymakers to go for the lead at this point. That, however, is exactly what Derek Booker is doing. High line here, gotta be so careful with Michael Deitch. Could be ping-ponging in the middle. As that backs out. We are up and away. Colton Gardner back on track, one lap down. Barker was able to take the green flag, but has no one to work with. He could potentially be at threat of being put a lap down as well. Deitch with a really good run here across the stripe to end lap number 5. Will spot down. Number 23, Eric Mattingly as well. Good momentum, trying to keep it as open as possible. Into the back straightaway. Again, just exactly what we were kind of expecting at this point in the race, and like this, the way these cars race, just a constant shuffle to stay out in front. Looking at the strategy, I mean, you got to treat it like a Daytona, like a Talladega. If you get that opportunity, leading is nice. Having a guy in front to save that fuel mileage is a whole nother benefit. Because we've seen it a couple of times here, Connor, just getting to the tail end of these long super speedway races, fuel mileage could be everything.
Absolutely. There's been so many races where it comes down to who can save their fuel correctly, and their fuel and tires. I don't know a single thing about these cars, but I'm sure the tire fall off is not the same as the stock cars.
Place like this, comparing it to how those Goodyears are at Daytona, I would reckon about 50-50. So again, concrete track, relatively high abrasion. You don't get that penalty though. Oh, trouble! Oh my goodness!
Oh
Eric
my
around.
goodness!
One car collected. Eric Mattingly in the 23. I think a couple more got sideways in the action. Man, that came out of nowhere. Eric Mattingly gets collected because Derek Booker, I think, just dropped a tire into the apron.
Yeah.
And before he could even realize it, it's race over.
I mean, when you got half your car over that apron is deadly, especially with some high banking. That thing is merciless.
And hold on, because crucially, oh man, Connor, Ian Miller with damage to the front of his machine as well as a result of that. Two of your major championship contenders have had their odds just go up in smoke for two incidents that were necessarily out of their factor.
Although that puts Jacob back into the main pack. Now he's caught back up to the rest of the field due to that.
So that is almost exactly what the doctor ordered as
that was
a result.
What he was begging for.
Here we go, first full course yellow. Lap number 7, Michael Deitch now your leader. John Miles dropped back, kind of let the chaos unfold in front of him. We'll get P2 as a result. David Kruger, ketchup and mustard, 46 slots into P3. This comes the very important question of, do you maybe go in for fuel and tires at this point, this early on? I think it's a little bit risky. But again, with how long this track is, with how slow the pace car is, essentially a free pit stop, and that's why you're seeing almost half the field coming in at this point.
It doesn't hurt to top up on fuel. I mean, especially if you've been running for a bit with the draft, and even without the draft. I mean, Jacob probably used up more fuel than everyone else did trying to catch up, so him topping off is good. And I mean, no harm in getting more gas.
It'll be Wesley Fuge in the 68, getting promoted to leader. Kruger will stay in second. Michael Deitch, John Miles going to be the first one out of those going to pit row, followed by Hunter Hughes.
Hearing Wesley Fuge as the leader is a scary sentence.
I think he's going to be all right.
I think he'll be fine, but it's just a scary sentence to hear.
I think A Fuge leading, unfortunately. Check with
all right, listen here.
Wesley, your leader here in the movie tribute, the 68. Days of Thunder City Chevrolet makes it very easy for us in the booth. How about our damaged cars? Ian Miller just coming back out. He will be, I believe, a lap down. Eric Mattingly and Derek Booker as well. But crucially here, Jacob Barker. He sticks overall, but relative to his adversary, exactly where he needs to be right now.
Indeed.
Alrighty, folks, should be set to go back racing here in just a little bit. Lights are maybe coming out on the pace car soon. We'll step aside for just a moment. When we come back, Green Flag Racing returns in Michigan. Ready to get back to it here from IMS, or not IMS, Michigan Speedway. I've had a very long day. Wesley Fuge, your leader, Michael Deitch, and John Miles, your top three. Back to it. And single file restart, making things a little bit less chaotic, just the way we like it. Good running so far for the FR guys. Eric Richardson in P5, DJ Fluck P7. DJ Fluck, 2 wins under his belt so far this season. Would love to end the year off with one a little bit further back. Booker, who is back on track, 1 lap down. Lightning Bolt 7. Looking further back, Ian Miller is indeed back out as well, but crucially is 1 lap down. That doesn't mean we talked about it on the break here. The points difference for Jacob Barker, every single pass he needs right now could be the difference between punching and not punching.
And he's making some moves to get up front. I mean, sitting P4 right now and pushing.
Not count out Ian Miller as well right now. Fastest man on track, 31.784. Has plenty of cars in front of him. Tino punched that hole in the air for that IR 18.
Wes, it's 3 wide for the lead. Oh, Jacob gets up by the wall. Ian is on a mission to unlap himself right now.
You're wasting no time further back. Again, these guys want... It's this weird kind of fallacy of you want to be out in front, but you also want to be behind so that you can say don't want to, potentially risk yourself on breaking away. Obviously, this is the best place to be, but you don't want it. You want that insurance as well. So push, but not push.
I feel like it's one of those where like stock car super speedways, the best spot to be is second place.
I think so.
Because last lap you can make that move, and I mean you can just make the move and fly by them on that last corner.
Pop up to the John Miles. Not front help behind down like the goes high as well. Oh, another collection!
Oh
Wesley
my
Hughes, Hunter
goodness!
Hughes, John Miles. 3-car collection. And that is absolutely what Ian Miller needed. But 3 underdogs out in a heartbeat. When things happen here at Michigan, man, they happen quick.
Oh, it just looks like he got up in the grass.
Try and take a look at your instant replay here. And Wesley Hughes. That 68 City Chevrolet machine. Right going down. Ooh, I think maybe a little bit of net code with Deitch forced him into the grass. And then was just a passenger working his way up to the top of the racetrack across the stripe. That might have been another tag there for Booker. A little bit of contact, but I think the 7 was able to keep it in one piece as well. But nevertheless, caution number 2 coming quickly. Coming a little bit quicker than we would have hoped here.
I mean, if Hunter follows my my trend of posting my Instagram posts for racing with when I'm airborne, I post Sabrina Carpenter, then we might get Sabrina Carpenter on Hunter Hughes' Instagram soon.
Never say never. Hughes, Wesley Hughes, and David Kruger in the pits. What on earth happened to David Kruger? He's out on track 2 laps down. Had been collected in something we didn't catch on camera. But Michael Deitch, your leader. Ian Miller, second on track. Still 1 lap down. So what that means, Colton Gardner, Bill Molefield, DJ Fluck, your only actual people on track. That'll be the point buy for Ian Miller, so we'll get that lead lap back as a handful of them come to pit row. Colton Gardner, Hunter Hughes, and I believe Derek Booker coming to pit lane, one of the darker red cars.
I mean, if there's gonna be more and more wrecks, hopefully there's not. Hopefully we can run this race out green rest of the way. But if there's just constant wrecks, then being in the back isn't the worst idea. Because it gives you the time to react, you can get out of the way. Welcome, Hunter.
Oh, hi, Hunter.
Howdy.
Hey, bud, so that obviously didn't go the way we really wanted it to. Walk me through that incident.
Just got kamikazed by Wes.
Any plans for you to try and go back out, or are we calling it here and there?
I might. My tow's about to end. That incident unfortunately gave me a 3.5-minute tow, so
Oh, man.
my race is kind of over. So just gonna be cheering on Jacob from here on out.
And the Jacob Barker hearing section may or may not have just been multiplied by 2 now in the broadcast booth. But lights out in the pace car. Hopefully this time by. We'll be back racing shortly here from Michigan. Michael Deitch, uncontested, out in front, ready to bring us back to green, lap number 20. Early punch off, very slow reflexes there. Richardson behind him at 13. And Jacob Barker, third on track right now, has a little bit of lap traffic in front of him. First being Derek Booker, who's immediately going to go low on exit at 2. Mathematically behind him, got collected. Well, the two guys that were made receiving the end of that opening incident, trying to fight back and get to the lap. Give Deitch a little bit of insurance here, showing that the main guy he's battling on track with has a little bit of push here. Now it's Booker looking to the inside. Still on paper, one lap down. We'll go there. We'll go all the way to the apron. That was the risky move.
The risky apron move.
That caught Booker out earlier on. Whether it was at Phoenix, where for whatever reason we were opening it, we opened up the apron for these guys. Montana, I know we've done it before as well. Daytona. But yeah, very, very risky. Got to talking to the broadcast booth earlier when we were off air, but again, you don't have that suspension travel that you would in a stock car, whether it's a Cup car or an O'Reilly's car, so you're not able to, when you're on that 50-50 spot between the surfaces, you've got a split second where essentially the car, the floor of the car is sliding 50-50 against the racing surface, so you've got to move quickly. Like you saw there, it's a slow movement. That front left clutch was just like that.
Oh my goodness.
Again.
No.
And for the third time tonight, they're under yellow, and Jacob Barker once again gets collected. Will immediately go back to pit lane. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. It's touching the apron in the corner.
And it's crucially as Deitch limps it back to pit lane. It's moves that I'm not saying are necessary here, but these guys are just getting caught up and caught off guard, frankly. Yellow line is lava. Just exactly like the man further up the racetrack, Derek Booker. Michael Deitch just hooks that front left. The car pivots around. Thank goodness nobody else gets collected as a result, but and we were almost in ARCA brake scenario there because nobody was on the brakes there to that part of the racetrack. Eric Richardson, now your leader, Ian Miller in second, Bill Molefield in third. We're going to take another break here. When we come back, in flag number 3 from Michigan. after all is said and done here, 1/5 of the way to the finale here at Michigan, it will be Ian Miller bringing us back to green, coming off of a roller coaster day so far. He's ready to set the tone for us here on the restart as we go back racing here from Michigan. Eric Richardson in second, Colton Gardner third, Derek Booker, DJ Fluck, your top 5. A little bit further back, we do see Jacob Barker on track. Lapping down. Hopefully, this is the phase of the race where we're starting to be ambitious and just get in line, know your battles, try and figure out where you can make moves. Again, though, we're at this very interesting, I don't know how to say this, Connor, because we've had a lot of issues on track. None of them are because of necessarily wheel-to-wheel racing. These guys know how badly they need to be at the sharp end of the field, and they've just done everything.
Yeah, I mean, the apron in these cars, as I now know, is a deadly weapon. Like, absolutely deadly.
Eric Richardson will lead them all. Derek Booker going to make it wide at the line. Derek Miller backing out on the high line. Colton Gardner 4-0. Now try to take the lead on two. Go side by side here. Coming down the back straightaway. Very, very high aggression still, despite a handful of cars already being tubbed tonight. That's the 23, Eric Madden. Trying to join the fray, that kind of Cleveland Brown. Let's see what that car's actually supposed to be. Those colors. Going to the lead. That'll drop Richardson down to P4. Breakaway.
Jacob Barker on his mission to get his lap back.
Beach number 2, Ruby and White. Goldfield, Wesley, Hughes. 54 John Miles coming back. On an archipelago right now. Unfortunately, he is a guy with that 1.2-second gap. He does kind of need to pedal. Join that pack out in front. He's got the tail end of this draft here. Fluck and Gardner. Going to a wider camera here, you're still going to get a good picture of just how much still are. As that is your entire field of 15. Comfortable fitting on one half of the backstretch.
Comfortable as long as no one touches the apron in the turns.
Apron or each other, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Lap 33, Ian Miller, Derek Booker, now Eric Mattingly on the low line. Miller led the first 5 laps, backed out. Get back in the mix. Jacob Barker right now. Speed odds coming into this weekend already. A long sequence of events that need to happen for them to have a shot at winning this championship. It's going to be another yellow at the front of that list. Booker way up towards the wall there. Miller, Booker, Mattingly, Richardson, Gardner, and DJ Fluck all on the lead lap right now. Miles, Barker, Wesley, Hughes down 1, then it's Deitch down 2. Kruger is still in the mix. Not ready laps down, had to come in for a quick repair. believe that 46 still nursing some kind of damage. Down the apron, Derek Booker watching just in front of Mattingly. Right there on the highline of Miller. Just getting another side draft. Try and get there. Now John Miles, the run coming out of 4. Side by side with Mattingly. Will split the difference. Oh, nearly contact with Miller.
Oh my
And the guy
goodness.
one lap down really wants to be in front of this freight train. On par with his driving style and what we're expecting. He's a guy that, talking to him during the podiums, just likes to be in the pack, knowing that it's a little bit too risky to be 1 through 3 at this point in the race. Eric does so well is just maintaining that pace, turning up the wick just a little bit, not to go for the lead necessarily, but yet stay within reach of the front of the pack. Once we get that 10 turn up, go full military power, just wait in front of the field, but it's been very strong. IndyCar still running. Apron further back in the transfer. It wasn't Wesley, I think it was Colton Gardner. Trying to cross that Rubicon earlier back in that 40. Connor, that just goes to show you how desperate some of these guys are going back to be at the front of this field.
I mean, when you're sitting P6, any little thing can help. And I mean, now P5 as we're talking, as he passes Eric. But I mean, when you're sitting up front in a good position where in the last, like you said, the last 20 laps is go time, you have a chance to do something. I don't blame it.
We've had a handful of different winners so far. Season number 7 by RWS. Eric Mattingly is not one of those drivers. P2 right now, that brown and orange machine. Looking for a way around. Maybe gets the lead. Highline being led by the DHL machine. Big slide from Mattingly.
Saved it.
If it wasn't, man, if it wasn't for that little bump on the infield, he would have been perfectly fine. He still stay green as it's kind of off from the racing surface. But Mattingly's got to nurse that 23. Bring it back to the pit lane. That'll essentially be day done. Unfortunately, season done. That feels like commentators.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's my line.
There you go. How about this though? Bill Mofield up top of the 911 machine.
Bill, the
Most-
people's champion.
One of the most popular drivers in FR racing as a on stadium scene. Does triple duty, all 3 championships. Loves running here with DJ and Eric. In top order right now, top of 3. Coming out of turns 1 and 2, backs out of it. Let's Booker go through that. Just behind. Still gonna try and go middle now. Nice and close. Time being. Behind you as well. Position right now. Only the 48-year-old leader. Derek Booker as well. Position. Booker looking for his first win. It's early this season.
Interesting.
It was physical, I think is the best way to say it. IRWS. A handful of times in the early knots when we were at the tail end of the open wheel Civil War. Just kind of showing the signs of desperation from the IRL to just find them. Civil War. The US 100, US 500, excuse me, going down in history as one of the darkest days in American history. And not just for the raw humiliation that CART had to go through that exact same day. Out of contention, coming out of the flag, 2-hour red flag, back up again, and as Buddy Lazier went into that weekend on the TV and watched pretty much his best out in front, and that massive pileup really was like one of the main highlights of that race.
This race is the opposite,
Oh, absolutely.
with Booker taking the lead from Miller too.
Now whitelining and trying to defend. Goes a long way around. Now drives it up.
Oh, contact.
Well, just a little bit. Backs out. Inside, he'll fire it down low into turn number 3. John Miles going to try and go with them a little bit more. Contact side by the side. Contact on the high line. Get back out in front for the time being. Top traffic. Eric Mattingly was able to fix that 23. He's now the roadblock, though, as everybody needs to go up and around. Easy, as Mattingly will now cycle into the middle. Making the most of this traffic. Now Booker goes back. Lucas Wesley Hughes up the middle. Goes to the high line. This will give no options for Miles. Nearly squeezes wing the wheel there with Booker. We are 3 wide for the lead on lap 50. And Wesley Fuge trying to go
Being a lap down.
He wants to lead that pack and is nearly up into the safer barrier. On the outside,
You want that lap back
John
bad.
Miles now goes low.
He wants that lap back bad.
And all he really needs is one yellow flag. You and I would prefer if we went clean and green for
None.
the remainder of this.
Absolutely.
But again, for so many of these guys further back now, Jacob Barker as well. Very nice. Right about now. Unfortunately for these guys, I think the
100%.
one stop was very sneaky dip on both really going pretty much guaranteed one more pit stop here. Around 50 or so, high 40s, low 50s.
Wesley gets his lap back, leading that front pack. Fighting to keep that lead, fighting to keep that lap. Booker sends it 3 wide and makes it stick.
Derek Booker. Again, I think another aspect of this is the mental exhaustion of it. As we've gone to Long Beach, we've gone to St. Pete, it is physical.
Oh,
He's
contact!
moving to the side of Derek Booker. Up the racetrack,
Back on the track.
let them go, big hit. And that'll even the count in our championship battle. To quote Marshall Pruitt, these guys really like hitting each other right now. Again, 2 big favorites for this weekend. Derek Booker earlier on, a favorite for the championship. Goes in and collects Ian Miller.
Oh no!
Taking a replay here, taking a look to see what happened. Wesley knocking, forcing the highline. John Miles in the Bass Pro Shop. Then, let's see. I mean, both were kind of crossing lines there. I'm not sure. 50-50 crash. Crucially, Jacob Barker able to get
Made it through.
in one piece. Once again, the plot thickens. We're about halfway home here at Michigan. People's champ, Phil Molefield, on pole. Bring us back to the green here in the 911. He has always made it very easy for us in the broadcast booth with that Star Spangled 911. Colton Gardner, partial season behind the wheel of the 4-0. Just behind in its FRs, Eric Richardson, Ian Miller, crucially has been able to recover actually after that incident, is fourth on track. Here we go, just about halfway home. And we're back racing here from Michigan. Good start from Molefield. Again, guys in P2 have just not been able to get that perfect reflex. They're very quickly able to, wind it back up. Very quickly on the move there. Was trying to take a look to the inside of Ian Miller for P2. They'll lock horns on the back straight away. Fusion incident earlier on. Really great recovery drive from him. Again, just like Gardner running a partial season to go up top in front of Kruger. Now Kruger going to try and do the switch back down low coming out of turn number 4. Here comes Derek Booker once again. lot of space, has nowhere to go, nearly wants to make it 4 wide, has to lift off behind Deitch. Oh, it's getting dicey a little bit more than we thought. But we are up and away, and crucially out in front, Colton Gardner to the point in the 40.
Wasted Colin.
I could use a 40 right now.
We will welcome into the broadcast booth DJ Fluck, who, as per usual, jump scares us in the broadcast booth. Modem issues for you, my friend. Disappointing
Yeah.
because it was looking so fast for you.
I was hanging there. I was just kind of easing back, watching everybody beat each other up. I was clean, and then all of a sudden everybody disappeared off the track and got the dreaded session closing. And I went downstairs and my modem was flashing and it reset itself somehow. I don't know. I angered somebody tonight apparently.
Still got an FR Racing driver who is white hot in the mix, Eric Richardson. 2 podiums so far this year. Fortunately, just has nowhere to go. He's a guy who is very reserved behind the wheel, picks the battles at the right times. This is not all that he wants to get himself into. Gardner down the road. That's what he goes ahead here. Coming into turn number 4. With a big loss there. He'll pop up, kind of roadblock. At 911 Bill Mofield. We are just now halfway home. Half of this field has led half of this field or lost a wing. It has been violent, but what that has meant, we've had a phenomenal back and forth right now for our championship, Connor.
Absolutely. I think at one point, like, almost everyone's led a lap with how many cautions have happened from the people up front just touching the apron in the corner.
I need to poke something sharp at Wesley because I'm seeing red over the yellow, excuse me. I just do not want a repeat of what happened earlier on. You can tell me, but the moment we get on the banking, you are risking that 50-50 right. DJ, you experienced that firsthand earlier on.
Yeah, you don't. I was actually yelling, like, please do not go on the apron. That transition back onto the track is super rough. And as you can see, it's caused a couple of cautions this evening. And I advise, again, even that lower lane here is a little sketchy, especially coming out of, like, coming out of turn 4. If you're on that bottom line, it's very sketchy transferring to the front stretch.
Contact! Oh my goodness, what a save, Derek Booker. But now Ian Miller down to the apron. He might have issues in the 48.
He might have damage.
1 and 2, there is something not right behind the wheel of that 48.
Whoa,
and
he's spinning. Oh boy. He was Ian was pretty upset at Derek Booker for that first caution. So he's a little hot right now, and I can only imagine what's going through his head at the moment.
Understandably so, as that's a championship that could have potentially been thrown down the drain. But again, it feels like 2 or 3 different times tonight, our 2 championship contenders have had the odds in their favor. Now, just like that, it's going to swing the other way, because that spin, I believe, put our number 2 driver, Jacob Barker, in front. It will. You see him on track right now, trying to make that move on the inside of Eric Richardson. I was trying to remember what the championship picture was like. It was
Someone for the grads.
1 car up into the inside wall. Michael Deitch into the attenuator.
Off track, no caution.
He's on the grass. He's how?
I'm not sure. Colton Gardner, your leader. Bill Mofield on the high line. Somehow that red arrow of Derek Booker still in one piece. We are nearly 4 wide halfway through this race. Wesley Hughes backing out of it.
Wesley is apologizing to Deitch on the radio right now.
I'm not sure
See,
if it was
it's
contact.
not
Was
just
it,
Eric.
Was it
Complete
contact? that opened that up. Unfortunately, I missed that.
We will go back and check.
Back out in front, Eric Mattingly on the recovery, backing up that high line. Going middle. Hughes and Molefield for position. Mattingly 1 lap down, I believe the same. Miles, no. People is on the lead lap as well. Derek Booker.
Yeah.
2 laps down. Walk me through that.
What?
There,
Yeah, Wesley was kind of bouncing between that bottom line and went down onto the apron. Deitch tried to drop to the lower line and just a little bit of a tap. Enough to unsettle him.
Yeah, we've seen it here a couple times. That's all it takes. Wesley Hughes still playing hot potato with the white line down low. Garner's been doing the same. Look at this, Bill Molefield back to the point. Just driving middle of the track there. Colton Gardner off his back. Derek Booker on the high line, not playing any favors either. Switch back. And what Derek Booker is hoping for right now. 2 laps down the lead up here. These one caution will go a long way. Missing his odds of getting back to the front as well. Same thing with said for Eric Mattingly. Just 1 lap down to 23. Look at this. Molefield's had to fend off from both of them. That'll bring Hughes back into the mix. He's decided it is time to play with the guys out in front.
You can have 5 more minutes.
Eric is desperate for a win.
A couple of podiums this year. The other half of FR Racing not able to get victory this season, I believe. I need to double check that record actually.
That's correct. Can confirm.
Okay. Look at this, Jacob Barker on the comeback drive to the inside. Good recovery from good defense, I should say, from the 13. It is tight further back. Out in front. Well, Molefield now with nobody else. Here comes Wesley Hughes on the inside. Fires it, but actually smart lifts off. Knows that there's no help from Molefield up top. Really up into the wall. Now Wesley Hughes with help from Derek Booker out in front will comfortably get to the lead. What was fuel strategy looking like here for tonight, DJ?
I was stopping every caution, no matter what. I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to top off. You never know when you can trap somebody down. So I was going to make sure that every opportunity I could, I had a full tank. And I knew that we were going to have quite a few tonight. I just had one of those feelings. And, well, so far it's played out to be true.
I won't mention anything right now. If we were to stay green, hypothetically, how long could we go on fuel?
Depending on your fuel map, anywhere between 35 and if you're really pushing it, you might be able to get 40 out of a tank.
Better than half of 30. These guys will probably need to come to pit row. Math is mathing for me. Probably about 2 more times here.
So,
Sometimes it doesn't.
Wesley Hughes cycling further back. Eric Richardson decides it's my turn to lead this thing. Looks to the inside of Derek Booker. And will fully get there. We'll cycle it in and close the door.
there you go.
On that DHL machine, he's your race leader. He becomes the 8th race leader tonight. That won't last for long, though. Booker trying to swing back down low. Molefield up top. Standing idly by. Mattingly trying to find a way through. It's so hard. It almost seems meaningless for me to call on-track action here, play-by-play style. Because anyone you're seeing on your screen right now, if they are on the lead lap and they're within 5 car lengths of the guy in front, they've got a shot winning this thing.
You've got, oh man, you can, you get a little bit of clean air, and you know, even being a second and a half back, you can get one of those monster runs off of 4, and next thing you know, you're right up there with the pack again.
I almost spat up my water. I thought, I love your family, Connor. I thought Wesley honestly was about to corner the absolute mother out of Parker there. These guys have been pretty mindful out in front, though, with the overlap. They've been driving pretty heads up. Again, it hasn't been the direct wheel-to-wheel contact that's brought out the cautions. It's just these guys walking the tightrope and hailing right here at the apron.
It's the apron that's killed most of people's runs.
Jacob Barker truly in the mix now.
Oh.
On the inside. Blocking just a little bit. We'll cover down low. John Lucas behind Brett with that moving red and white machine. That's huge. Up and away right now. Only on track threat right now. This Barker behind will remind you that red and yellow DHL machine. One lap down. On track right now, the red, white, and blue. That Days of Thunder tribute. 68, the only ones in contention right now. Just behind Eric Richardson. Did drop back a little bit. That high line. Keep the low line open for Miles in the fast corner shops. Number 54, he will take that advantage. Now,
Oh dear.
oh, yep,
Oh
we saw
dear.
ER thought about
Watching-
the migration there to the low line, and he saw that fortune hog pointing down low and said, I'm good.
Yeah, and you got Mattingly there trying to push, give Eric a little bit of a push there, and it's just, ugh. I think it's more stressful up here watching than it was actually on track. And it was pretty stressful on track, I'll tell you what.
You guys can see, well, we can see what you guys can't, right? And that makes things a little bit more stressful because I know how close people are actually to overlap and hitting people. So there is that definite.
Yeah.
But I mean, we talked about things being physically exhausting, right? And we've gone to a healthy amount of street circuits, we're constantly wheeling. And it's that mental wear of just trying to keep the car out of the way. For this, I think it's the same kind of, mental exhaustion. For 125 laps, you're doing everything you can to stay in contention, hit your points, but crucially, don't be that guy that wads up the car trying to, make a move on track and hitting other people.
As Jacob Barker takes the lead too.
Didn't even
We're,
wasn't even able to call it out, but yeah, he did so almost making contact. I think
We're going to be really close on fuel here. If we're going to start seeing some people pit soon, and
Oh yeah.
we're not. If you stop right now, you're probably going to miss out by about 2 or 3 laps. So it's like you squeeze another 2 or 3 laps out before stopping, and this thing stays green the rest of the way. It's like you might make it to the end.
You know what? I think that's why
He
we're
is-
seeing so many people park behind
Somebody
Just a
else.
little bit of extra fuel money.
Yeah.
He'll be the one that gets that lap back with the caution flies. It is risky business right now. Everybody, I think, there is no true lift and post here because everybody is,
No.
this is a Fontana.
There's-
You're pinned the entire lap, but just getting that twin turbo V6 work a little bit harder to stay at speed. A little bit for fuel money.
So Ian Miller, currently in 7th place, is coming around to the start-finish line. He's getting caught in a hurry, but he is currently on the lead lap, but not for much longer. But he might make it to pit stops before the field catches him. I'm not sure when he stopped last, but
No, that's a good catch, DJ.
I think
I think we will have to wait and see, especially that overlap, if you will, of different strategies here earlier on, because some guys did try and stretch it on the cycle to the front. Again, we had a handful of people a lap down that chose to stay out really close to get back to the front, get their lead lap back. We've got a couple guys at different fuel states here. I think at the very worst,
Ian's about a half. He's about a half second, a little over a half second slower than the rest of the pack right now.
Doing the math.
So, ooh,
They'll catch
it's
him.
close.
But make no bones about it.
It'll
Everybody
be
on your
very
screen
close.
right here, it's the lead chance to pit one more time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we are right at that spot right now where you can stop and maybe make it to the end with fumes. You know, barring another caution, which, given the reputation of this group,
that puts everybody good to go.
as long as we don't run long.
Yeah.
Coming up on the 10-year anniversary of one of the greatest lifting coast fuel mileage wins in motorsports history, Alexander Rossi, who is allegedly totally fine and doesn't have a broken weirdly fitting. Now we're doing the same here with two drivers trying to win championship. Jacob Barker is at the point that's Bill Mofield behind. And again, I think the approach for Barker coming into this weekend, I'm not sure after Indy what the direction was into the finale.
It was 21 points separated them.
Okay, so if you're Barker, it's the Felipe Massa. I'm gonna go out in front and pray that the guy who's ahead of me sucks. So right now, Barker is exactly where he needs to be on track.
Yeah.
I mean, that extra 10 points you get for winning, that's I don't know, if he doesn't win tonight, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, that the win is almost pretty much needed at this point. With what we only have 10 cars on track, 13 cars.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got 10 on track right now.
Again, pretty much all of them, except the other championship contender on our screen right now. But crucially, do or die. Jacob Barker right now behind the wheel. That number 2 machine. Mofield with a little bit of a run. He's been holding on shockingly well, again, despite not really getting any draft help. Up high, Wesley Hughes nearly inside of Barker up top. Here we go. Again, if these guys need to pit one more time, we should be seeing a handful of guys come to pit row for the first time, and we saw how difficult earlier on. Just last week at Indy, it is to go from 220 something down to 40 miles an hour. You add in the banking, you add in the change of grade, which obviously the 500 doesn't necessarily have. That makes this breaking point for this pit lane even more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see the green flag stops in these cars.
I thought we maybe were going to think of, I don't think we had a fake there at 240 miles an hour from John Miles, but he definitely was having the car pointed like
he was thinking about it.
He was thinking about it. You're right at the edge here. And again, no one wants to...
All right, we got... Molfield's going in. Molfield's going in.
Here we go. Bill Molfield. 911 car. You guys have communications. You guys can see things that I don't.
Yeah, there he goes.
Booker coming in.
Oh, we got a bunch.
Ian Miller went in, Booker went in, Bill went in.
3 coming in. That'll isolate Barker, Wesley Hughes, John Miles. Out on track, Colton Gardner on the inside, trying to get that bottom step on the podium. Mattingly, all your guys that are a handful of laps
Huge.
down, I thought
Mattingly
initially was
coming
gonna
in.
step it. And here we go, Wesley Hughes coming in.
Hughes coming in, Mattingly coming in.
Okay, Hughes and Mattingly. Both coming in. No, it'll be
No,
next
just
time.
kidding.
I think
Just
Fake.
either Wesley's faking people out, or he accidentally pressed the pitting in button.
yeah, he pressed the pitting in button. I don't think he even made a move to pit road. I think he was changed his mind there.
Saw the blend right there from Derek Booker. Great picture of just how costly these pit stops are in green flag conditions. They're out on track, basically losing the full lap.
Oh, no!
Well, looks like he's going in the pits now.
Anybody else collecting?
No.
Straight into
Just
the pit
him.
attenuator. We might
Just
see
him in the water
green.
barrel.
And for the first time, we've had that moment happen. And
Oh.
nobody else got collected. But Wesley Hughes
Colton Gardner pitting this time by.
was playing with fire.
Colton
so
Gardner coming in.
long.
Jake
Final
Barker-
leader's
Parker's
coming
coming in.
Jacob
Miles is coming with him too. Here we go.
The top 3 coming into pit.
This is going to be entertaining.
30 laps to go. The pit stop cycle for a championship. Miles wide. Oh, has the back end step out just a little bit there. Have to check for any speed limit violations. I think everybody on their marks. Now comes the other part. Getting into your box, not overshooting, not undershooting. Getting on the point to perfection. Barker going to be the first one in. Four-wheel slide in further back. John Miles. I think that's, nope. Everybody going for both fuel and tires. Everybody up on the jacks.
Eric still is not
I think
pit.
John Miles might have won that race off a pit lane there. Side by side. Oh, just barely around the outside there. Jacob Barker. What's this blend going to look like? Watch for the remainder of the field as they storm out of turn number 2. Eric Richardson.
All right,
Eric's coming in.
But as it'll match out, I believe Jacob Barker is going to be your race leader. Back now. Yep,
right,
Eric
Eric.
Richardson coming in.
Did he slow down enough? I don't know if
So,
Eric
I
slowed
think
down
so.
enough.
It was close. It was close. And here we go. 30 laps to go here from Michigan. The finale, 125. As it stands, your main contenders, Jacob Barker, John Miles, Colton Gardner. To be determined. Eric Richardson
Yep,
just
he
got
got-
to the box.
Just got under it.
Okay.
That was close. Yeah, he just got under the limit there.
Watch this blend here with the 13. No, they'll comfortably go by, unfortunately. Second back, Ian Miller is out on track, but on a completely different piece of real estate here. He's going at it with longtime sparring partner Derek Booker down the back straightaway. That's David Kruger further behind in the 46. Most importantly, Ian Miller 1 lap down. Gardner Jacob Barker second.
Ooh, good exit for Eric. All right.
Is Eric actually? Is Eric still first on track? No, now my time.
No, I just scoring. Just I was about to say, there's no way.
Ticker's frozen.
Okay, yeah, he just dropped to 5th.
All right.
Yeah, it's Barker first, Miles second, Gardner third.
So if you are Jacob
Yeah.
Barker, you are in a Felipe Massa type scenario, right? And the last thing you want to do is let anybody play a team of block. How hard are you going to white line right now if you're trying to win this championship?
I would say he's gonna have his foot on that pedal as far as it can go, trying to push it further, and just either stay behind Mattingly like he is now, or just pray that John messes up if he tries to make a pass.
Really washed up further back there, nearly up into the wall. John Miles through for P2. Bill Mofield still very much in this thing as well. Do not count out. White and blue 911. Lap down, Eric Mattingly in the 23.
Oh man, Ian could desperately use a caution right now. That field is closing on him fast.
A caution is the one thing that Jacob does not want to see.
Need, correct.
Yeah.
As it stands, everybody should, I think, be able to make it on fuel at this point. A caution.
I think we should be fine.
But we should be good at this point. Again, I think everybody
somebody's,
can kind of back up and save fuel now behind the 23.
Somebody's crew chief hosed them. That could, which has been known to happen. That could make things interesting. But yeah, if they got the full tank in there, they should be plenty fine.
25 laps to go here at Michigan in Season 7 of the Indy Racing World Series. Jackson Lambros, Connor Hughes, DJ Fluck with you. Excited to have you with us. I'm stoked to have a full booth for the grand finale here. It has been a heck of a show here. The past 102 laps. It was Hunter Hughes on pole position alongside this guy And funnily enough, at a venue where wheel-to-wheel so often inspires chaos, it was single car mistakes, just dropping that front left on the apron and spinning. That sent our championship contenders, both Jacob Barker and Ian Miller, into the wall. It seemed like 4 or 5 times tonight. The aggression finally.
They've gotten really acquainted with the air.
They have. And now with 25 laps to go, Jacob Barker came into this weekend trying to just simply get as much points as he possibly could. Hope that bad luck went the way of Ian Miller. And further back, that number 48 McLaren just up the road now with no one to help him except the fellow lap down machine, the number 7 of Derek Booker. JB has that machine exactly where he wants it to be. He's got Miller's car exactly where he wants it to be. Again, Mattingly here at the front in that kind of Cleveland brown color. Brown machine. Not on the lead lap, but all of these people back are for position now after that pit stop side of this back. Jacob Barker, John Miles, Colton Gardner, and Bill Molefield. Eric Richardson on an island of his own, unfortunately. 13 seconds back from the main group. Back Wesley Hughes as well. Picks up that kind of 2-car archipelago. Then it's in Derek Booker. As it stands right now, all the way back to Ian Miller. Technically, they're still on the lead lap. It is only a matter of time since our main group catches these two further back. Do we think Ian Miller defends a little bit for Barker here?
I feel like he might try. I don't think he'll defend to the point where a wreck happens, because I mean, if it's a fight for the championship, there's no reason he's not gonna block. But I think he's gonna be respectful of the fact that, hey, he's leading this race, he might win this championship. He's a good driver.
I'd like to remind you guys we're back to it tomorrow with Wednesday Night Dash.
I think we're...
Schedule. Are you guys off this week?
I think it's an off week.
Well, if you're just watching IRWS, normally how we run things. Monday night bottom split racing series running the ARCA cars. Tuesday night here with IRWS. Wednesday night, obviously running the IndyCar here for IRWS. Then obviously that rotating cast for Wednesday night dash going with Cup Series, Truck Series just got kicked off a couple of weeks ago. F-R-Racing.com. Obviously, with the Indy next car. Oh, trouble! Mattingly spinning!
Oh no! Jacob, no! Oh, that's the worst thing to see.
I am speechless.
Miles got collected.
Jacob Barker, John Miles. It's collected in that. Barker immediately goes to pit lane.
The apron.
For the 3rd time tonight. For things that were simply put out of his control. Gardner has to get towed to the pit lane. And once again, just touching that yellow line. I am at a loss for words. And you know that for Gardner, or excuse me, for Barker, frustration cannot even be where the words begin. Ian Miller gonna advance up to P6, or excuse me, to P5. He didn't need much, he just needed to be out in front of Barker out on track. unfortunately for Barker, what was looking to be a phenomenal upset drive could end right here in the pit lane. Number 2 crew hard at work trying to get it back out in time. As Ian Miller now in P5. We're not done yet. 15 laps to go.
Anything could happen.
Anything has happened. Everything has happened.
Everything has happened.
So Colton Gardner now your leader. Over Bill Molefield. And Ian Miller up into 3rd place. Heartbreak for one, halation for the other. Back to the action here momentarily from Michigan. Back here from Michigan International Raceway for the finale 125 for season 7 of the IRWS. Gardner now gets the promotion up to the front. Molefield in 2nd. Wesley Hughes gets comeback drive up to P3 as well. But crucially, Ian Miller in 4th. Guy's just going to need a hair over 10 laps to bring it home. Gardner looking for his first win in IndyCar machinery. Bill Molefield looking for his maybe first victory outright in top flight machinery with us. I need to get that double checked, but could be huge. Back to green.
Good start from the front 3.
Really good start from the front 3. A lot of things needed to happen for Jacob Barker. One of those things was be out in front, Ian Miller in the thick of it. Until that moment with Eric Madden just a couple laps ago, he had it. That disconnect from the number 2 is going to tell it all.
No fast repairs left. Race and championship run just ended in the blink of an eye.
Brutal.
To call it a hot and cold season for both of those drivers is it's an insanely vast understanding. Just because of how chaotic we got things started at Phoenix, and even rolling into Homestead, we got that feeling that anybody could win. And after DJ, we got that first win, Jacob at Homestead. We went on to Dover. Derek won. We moved over to the road course. We thought it was going to be an fly once again. It was Lucas Puntaralli coming in after his racing league commitments running the part-time season. He picked up that win. And then out of nowhere, Michael Deitch, the rookie, getting his win at Kansas Speedway. Then things unfortunately started to turn up for the remainder of this field. Ian Miller started to figure things out again. One at Long Beach, one at St. Pete. Then Jacob Barker.
Eric had to schedule 3 road courses.
Yep. Hey, if you're going to schedule 3 road courses, you pick 3 pretty damn good ones.
Yeah, indeed.
Unfortunately, if you're not Ian Miller, the odds were not looking good for you. Because again,
No.
guy who's pretty much a full-time open-wheel driver, knows the car well, knows the American horses very well.
And
Jacob Barker was able to respond in full force. One at Las Vegas, one just last weekend at Indy. We felt like we were going to come in here dead even. We've seen that hot cold in the macro all season long, but even tonight we've experienced it moment to moment with all of the different cautions, with both of these guys needing quick repairs to get back out, ultimately in the constant just reshuffling of this field in no round. I'm rambling so much, I didn't even realize Derek Booker's back to the front of this field. That's how
Yeah, he is.
2 laps down.
Yeah.
The dude has found his way back to the pointy end.
And Ian's right there too.
yeah, and Wesley's poking his nose up front.
And he's going down to the apron again. No,
Get off of
no,
that
no.
apron right now, young man.
Oh, get up there!
Oh
Oh,
my, Wesley.
do you see that transfer?
Wesley. These aren't stock cars.
5 laps to go here at Michigan, and everyone on screen from first back to 6th is in this thing. And although it'll be heartbreak for one in championships, it'll be another that's practically locked in. We've got a barn burner in store for you in the run to the finish. 5 laps to go at Michigan.
Let's go to the outside.
Nearly up into the corner, bleeds off a little bit of speed. We'll give the opportunity for Bill Molefield to mosey on through on the low line. Wesley Hughes looking for a spot, so too is Ian Miller. All of these guys backed up behind that lightning bolt number 7, Derek Booker.
Wesley with a big run. Oh, contact.
Into the grass goes Booker, won't be able to save it. Will go
Is
up
it
into the
ball?
wall.
It's still green.
Anybody get
Still green,
collected?
still
We
green.
Stay green. Booker out of it. That'll leave it to Ian Miller. No green flag. We race on. 5 laps to go. Now it's Ian Miller on the low side. Here comes Eric Richardson. ER on the low line in the 13. Now goes up high lead. He's still open. Colton Gardner. Flying V formation right now. Gardner looking for a way to go. He likes the high line.
Bill
Laps to go.
Molefield.
Hughes
Last-
shags the back
last
up,
3.
monster
Oh!
run. Has to get on the binders there to get out of the back of Bill Molefield. Now shut on that McLaren. It is a powder keg out in front, and the sparks are starting to fly. Are we going to make it to the checkered flag?
Waiting.
In
Waiting.
Molefield,
Now
Bill and
we're just
Wesley.
ahead. Wesley Hughes down low, just up against the yellow line. Ian Miller.
Ian Miller
in
making
the
it
middle,
3 wide in
trying
the
to make
middle.
that work.
Colton
wants
trying to
make
make
it
it
Colton
4
Gardner
wide.
making it
Will.
4
4
wide.
wide.
Up top,
My
now Wesley
goodness.
Hughes backs out of it.
Oh my
Eric
goodness.
Richardson, exactly where he wants to be, just letting these 4 out in front duke it out. Win 6
I
coming
just
out
punched
next
my
time by.
microphone.
It is anyone's game here. Gardner to the middle. Miller on the low line. Gardner with the nose up ahead. Now will force Molefield out to the high line. These guys consistently reshuffle. The only guy laying back right now, Eric Richardson, just waiting to get that run. Now he puts his foot fully down. Gets to the back. Bill Molefield. You have fought for the past hour and change to get yourself in this very position.
Oh,
And
look
the
at
run of the
Eric
white
dropping
flag.
low.
And Eric Richardson turns up the
Oh,
mountain,
makes
takes a look
contact.
inside, nearly goes into the into the wall, makes contact there with Bill Molefield. White flag out. One more lap in season 7 of the IRWS. Good run, Colton
Here
Gardner
comes
looking to the inside.
Colton sending it on the apron.
50-50 over the apron. 3 wide into turn number 1, lap 40. Now off like a rocket. But the remainder of this field gonna come back. Get that photo finish camera ready. Eric Richardson looking to the highlight. Bill Molefield gonna try and get to the party as well. Hughes down low, nearly bumper to bumper. Gardner down low.
Eric
Richardson with the nose
blocked
ahead.
both of them.
Molefield gonna try and drag race him to the line. To the top. Checkered flag is out.
Eric
Richardson
Richardson.
gonna
He
win
did
it,
it!
Michigan.
The 2-year streak is over.
Oh my goodness.
Wesley ran out of fuel on that last
Wesley
lap.
finished
did.
on
He
fumes.
did. A moment. 4 seasons of IRWS, 2 business years in the making. He got tired of watching DJ win, and Eric Richardson
Yes, he did.
in the 13 finally brings the Snake Eyes back into victory lane, our final race winner here for season number 7. We'll burn it down, do
He's
some
having
lawn
a-
work
Oh, man.
here in Michigan. And Ian Miller, back-to-back champ, gets himself on the top step, back on the throne. Ian Miller, now a 3-time Indy Racing World Series champion.
Going back and looking at that replay, you don't know how close Bill was to turning Eric
Oh, so
outside of turn 4.
I was scared. I was scared. Oh,
It got a little early there. Actually,
God.
there's no wing on the front of Bill's car.
how did we even finish? Did Bill... I need you guys to... I see
Bill
Bill
finished
Molefield.
second.
I'm going to talk to Bill Molefield, guys. Oh, my gosh. I've been waiting for this for so long, chat.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do this one step at a time. It's the last race of the season. There's only scuff. There's no order. Eric's still burning it down. He deserves to. We're going to go reverse order here, so we'll get started with P3. Colton Gardner jumping back and forth between the stock cars, getting it done, bottom step of the podium. Were you expecting us to have this conversation tonight?
No, I was not.
Walk me through that race.
Alright.
I know deep breaths, but it was getting hectic there in the last few laps.
Yeah, that was genuinely just a lot of fun. Anytime I've been racing here in IRWS, it's been a lot of fun. But starting off the race is pretty rough. Bottom lane checked up while I was warming tires, and I got on the brakes, and it just broke traction. Went up into Jacob, started the race off behind there, and luckily caught some brakes throughout the race, took care of the car, and was able to be there at the end, which is important. I hate what happened with Jacob getting taken out with that car clipping the apron. He worked so hard to try and go get this championship done tonight, and he's put in a lot of work, and I'm sure next season he'll be better than ever. But it's just truly heartbreaking for him. But it's such a great finish. Congrats to Eric on breaking the winless streak. It's always cool to see an FR racing boy in victory lane.
Really great drive from you, Colton. We'll see you here in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
This is a conversation I've been waiting to have for almost a year and a half. Bill Molefield, E2 in the 911 machine. Where do you start to put this one into words, my friend?
You know what? It's hard actually, but echo with Colton, man. What a great race and good racing. You know me, I normally stay back and kind of wait through most of the race, just kind of stay out of trouble. But today I was like, nah, I'm going to do it. And I think if I had another half lap, I would have had Eric. But he got me. I'm telling you, I look in the mirror and he's not there. seconds later, I look in the mirror and I'm getting an indicator he's in my insides. It was a great race. It really was. So, but yeah, it's been a great season, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Who do you want to thank for making tonight possible for you?
Well, of course, DJ and Eric, and my new buddies over at AMR and Smoky Mountain. I've been enjoying racing with them, and then the Garza Law Firm, who is my sponsor, and has been now since 2019.
You're a damn good interview. I really hope we make a habit out of this, because I've been waiting to talk to you for a year and a half. Bill Molefield, phenomenal drive, sir.
Thank you, Sarah. Looking forward to it.
This one's been coming for a long time as well. Eric Richardson in the 13, able to fight off two of the best in the business to break a 2-year-long winless streak. Were you expecting us to have this conversation tonight?
Oh, there was like 25 laps to go on that bad pit stop. I'm like, oh man, there goes my shot. And I was like, I just need a caution.
Dude, I genuinely think you are the guy who drives smarter than anyone else, because you're not the guy who's throwing haymakers, going for the lead the last couple of laps. We talked about this when you were on the podium at Indy. Like, there's this heads-up driving mentality for you. Is that something that's active in your mind behind the wheel, waiting until the last couple of laps to really turn up the wick?
Yeah, running the 125 laps, I'm just trying to fuel save, and if I can maybe go a little bit longer, catch somebody out, just try to keep my nose as clean as possible.
DJ was ecstatic in the booth when you crossed the line, but I mean, again, to get your first win here in about 4 IRWS seasons, how much does this mean to you?
Oh, coming across the line, I was fist pumping it. I actually couldn't believe it.
Really, really phenomenal drive. Congratulations, Eric.
Yeah, thank you.
And now, the man of the hour, the guy that needs to add an extra trophy to his Discord username, Ian Miller. Third time he's got his hands on the trophy. Talk to me about that race, because I think hot and cold is an understatement.
Yes, I had some words spoken in the middle of the race there that I could have put more calmly, but I stand by my sentiment. However, that aside, I mean, I was really looking for a race win, and it looked like it was, maybe an opportunity at the end there, but I decided that discretion was a better part of valor and just backed out of it, and happy with the P5.
A rare time we see Ian Miller actually lay off the gas, but actually going a long way for him. Now a 3-time Racing World Series champion. Who do you want to thank for it?
I'd like to thank my family that's been with me through a lot of tumultuous stuff over the past 6 months, and yeah, my lovely little Chihuahua who celebrated by scratching my arm all up, but we'll go wrestle and go cuddle and go to bed.
Sounds like a damn good way to celebrate. Congratulations, Ian.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, that'll be it. Another season of IRWS action under our belts, and we immediately look on to Season 8, and obviously the Firecracker 100 on deck. Lots of fun always to be had here on Stadium Scene TV. This has been something I've looked forward to every Tuesday for the better part of now half a year, but it has been damn good fun, and it's given me motivation to now bust open the sim rig, do a couple laps so I can get a better picture now. I need to do some BSRS stuff, man, because these guys put on such a good show. StadiumSceneTV.com to watch FR Racing /esports to join the action yourself. But we thank you so much, whether you're a driver, whether you're a family member tuning in from around the world. It's been an absolute pleasure sticking with you. Time for us to take the keys out of the ignition and look onward to season number 8. Thank you so much for watching. And again, for this hard-working FR Racing team and this Stadium Scene production crew, I'm Jackson Lambros. So long, everyone.